Welcome to Manifest the Big Stuff, your intentional manifesting check-in, where you learn cutting-edge manifesting methods created to take advantage of new paradigms from quantum physics so you can manifest some of your most audacious desires. Today's episode is all about intentional manifesting as I continue to work my unique belief-raising process on a still painfully absent desire, my next book. The same belief-raising process you learn all about in my Why Quantum Physicists book series. Today, I'm going to lay out the reasons I believe you and I are here, and the answers might not be exactly what you expect. I'll also explain exactly what intentional manifesting is and why it's so important for disrupting the status quo. And you won't want to miss it when I demonstrate specifically, once again, how my reality changes with only one move up my emotional reference chart, even when the new emotional perspective isn't a positive one. I'm Greg Kuhn, the Law of Attraction science guy, author of the life-changing Why Quantum Physicists book series, and your host. This is my favorite type of episode, personal and insightful. Let's get started. As an intentional manifester, getting there is important. By there, I mean achieving something or attaining a goal. Someday soon I'll get there, we say. I'm working hard to get there. I can't wait until I get there, and I know I will. But there is an illusion, a type of mirage, because you will never actually get there. I don't mean that you will never achieve things or attain your goals. What I mean is that once you get there, you'll be here. I'm not trying to be clever. I mean that literally, because adhered to literally, it has a lot of valuable implications for manifesting. For example, you're here. Here was once a there. After you get to any there, it becomes here. And you'll simply have a new there to try to get to. Somewhere else, on ahead, will be your new there, your new success, your new desire that you will work to intentionally manifest. Having a there that you're trying to reach has value. That's what having a desire is. Having a there or a desire to go for motivates you to move forward. It spurs action. It calls to you like a siren, and it's equally captivating. You have reached plenty of theirs. You have manifested many desires, and you'll undoubtedly manifest a lot more. As long as you're alive, you'll never run out of opportunities. Which begs the question, is manifesting desires the purpose of life? Are you here to reach there? I say, yes, you are, but not for the reasons you might first imagine. Here's what I mean by that. Every human is manifesting their own unique version of reality. Every second of their life. You have no choice in this. You have been, are, and will be manifesting your reality. Your only choice is, will you keep your head down, play small, and maintain the status quo? Or will you be audacious, dream big, and intentionally manifest your reality in greater accord with your desires for it? There is no punishment for a decision to follow the former path and maintain the status quo. It even has its upsides. It's a good choice when your reality is consistently pleasing, and even when your reality is painful, at least maintaining the status quo is predictable. It's a somewhat safe choice in that way. In fact, many have found a certain nobility in playing small. Sometimes people inaccurately tie playing small to humility, though. Humility is having freedom from pride or arrogance. You've got to love yourself enough to dare to dream big and to give your best efforts to manifest your desires. Self-acceptance is also vital to your success here as well. Self-love and self-acceptance have no relationship with pride or arrogance. But I believe you are here to be audacious, dream big, and intentionally manifest your reality in greater accord with your desires for it. You are on this earthly world to adventure, to not just get through with it or get it over with, but to thrive in important areas of your life as much as you can, to manifest a pleasing version of reality. There is no greater adventure than investing yourself wholly in making your life what you want it to be. I call that intentional manifesting. And here is a quick overview of how to do that. Align yourself vibrationally each morning with your desires. Use positive affirmations to get back on track when necessary. Use my belief-raising process to align your beliefs with your desires in areas of your life where you are consistently displeased by your reality. Identify the best form to follow to manifest your desired version of reality, and then give your best effort to follow that form for at least 150 minutes a week, if not more. And throughout your day, utilize manifesting techniques like satisfy your critics, make a Mount Rushmore of manifesting, and find your coach. These are all things that I've talked extensively about in Manifest the Big Stuff. And I will write even more thoroughly about them in my next book. Intentional manifesting uses vibrational alignment like a manifesting muse. Vibrational alignment reveals different, more aligned opportunities, which inspire different, more aligned actions. Here's what I've found using my belief-raising process, which, by the way, you should use too for painfully absent desires, which have eluded you for too long. My podcast episode called It Was Even Better Than Originally Desired lays out my belief-raising process in 5 steps. Listen to that episode and you'll be able to use it too. And make sure you have my books for guidance as well. All the books in my Why Quantum Physicist book series offer life-changing insights on my belief-raising process. I don't have favorites, but I am especially fond of the book Why Quantum Physicists Play Grow a Greater You, if you're looking for a recommendation. I have specifically and intentionally used my belief-raising process to manifest getting out of $1 million in debt, bankruptcy, and 14 foreclosures, a best-selling, life-changing book series, my soulmate, rewarding fatherhood, a six-figure business, wealth, health, and fitness. I listed those manifestations because they are all public-facing. They can be independently verified, which is important since intentional manifesting involves making something apparent to your eyes, not just your understanding. I have manifest pleasing versions of each of those important desires I listed by using my belief-raising process. I started with an honest look at where I was emotionally with that desire's absence from my reality. Then I deliberately wrote and lived my way up my emotional reference chart until I reached the top of the chart, which is the emotional perspective of love and ecstasy. And from that level of vibrational alignment, I could and still can see and understand opportunities that I couldn't from previous emotional perspectives. Opportunities for me to manifest here on this earthly world versions of reality more aligned with my desires for them. Intentional manifesting is an audacious undertaking because it is the surest path to unsettle the status quo. Just what you need when your reality is displeasing. In fact, intentional manifesting has shown me again and again that it will allow you to get as close as you can get to whatever greatness and success is possible in any part of your reality. And in each of those areas of my life, the greatest value wasn't and still isn't the actual thing that I manifest. As wonderful as it is to have a relationship with my soulmate, for example, what's even more indispensable is my journey to manifest her. Learning to see and understand the world differently, adopting new success habits and best practices, giving my best effort to do what it takes, listening to learn about myself and grow. The person I become in this earthly world along the way to manifesting an important desire, on the way to there, is even more valuable than the thing I manifested itself. Because I get to be that new person in every area of my life. In fact, the person I become is the manifestation. The important part of my reality that I'm now able to manifest as I truly desire, that is a wonderful byproduct. I still want to be there. I'm writing my way up my emotional reference chart again, after all, to manifest my next book. But I also like remembering that here was once a there. Practically speaking, I can only ever experience there as here. Here is certainly the only place I can manifest reality, whether I'm doing it by default or intentionally. Regarding my current use of my belief-raising process, as you know from my most recent episodes, I'm working my belief-raising process on my displeasing, absent desire to manifest my next book. I continue to see and experience a new version of reality, slightly more aligned with my desires, with each tick up my emotional reference chart. This week, from the emotional perspective of introspection and contemplation, I saw and understood my reality in two new ways, spontaneously. Introspection means the examination or observation of one's own mental and emotional processes. And contemplation means the action of looking thoughtfully at something for a long time. First, I understood and saw what I was doing naturally with my last 3 episodes of Manifest the Big Stuff. Workshopping ideas for my new book. Like Chris Rock doing sets at New York City's famous Comedy Cellar Comedy Club before taping a special. There's nothing earth-shattering about that as a plan, except that I also remembered that it was my plan a few weeks ago. A plan that failed miserably, never getting off the ground, as I described 2 episodes ago. In fact, that plan's failure led me to begin using my belief-raising process. Why did it fail then? Because, I realized, I was trying to do that from the emotional perspective back then of worry and nervousness. It's a great plan, logical for sure, but I wasn't vibrationally aligned enough to pull it off. And yet now, from the emotional perspective of introspection and contemplation, it was simply happening naturally, almost of its own accord. I wasn't having to make it happen. It was a 100% downstream process. And second, it spontaneously occurred to me that I was not only examining and observing my mental and emotional processes by workshopping ideas through my podcast, but also by using my belief-raising process. I suddenly saw and understood that working my belief-raising process to manifest a book about my belief-raising process is probably the surest way to manifest the new book that I truly desire. And now, my quantum tip, a brief, powerful takeaway that you can employ in your life right now. Failure is a term used to describe a missed connection, a setback, or an expectation that failed to materialize. It's said that nothing teaches you like failure, and that's true, because nothing motivates us like pain. And almost nothing is more painful than falling short of a desired outcome. Just do your best to learn without judgment. By focusing on how to improve your form as well as how to improve your efforts to follow it based on the feedback, rather than using that feedback to beat yourself up. I hope this episode has been valuable for you. That certainly has been my intent. Thank you for the opportunity to share it with you. And please, drop me a line, use the contact form on my website, or record a voicemail for me by clicking on the microphone in the blue circle in the lower right corner of my website, whyquantumphysicists.com. And while you're there, please help us stay in contact by downloading a free copy of my life-changing introductory book called How Reversing 7 Words Can Change Your Life. After you download it, I will only use your email address to stay in touch with you about manifesting. Thank you again for your time today. I'm already looking forward to the next time we connect here.